excellent work, youngin. Oh, okay, I'm back. You're sure done well to brave them evil critters and bring back these mighty fine glowworms. I'll put them in the pot to simmer while you get to. I get searching for the next ingredient. A giant egg! Oh gosh, the Billy Hatcher! You can try searching the chicken shed out in the old farm. Let me show you on the map where it is. I should just give up trying to read the accent notation, even though I'm not doing trying to do an accent at all to begin with. So what am I even bothering for? Where's that chili zombie pirate? It's over here. Hey, thanks for the sword. Stupid. What did he think was gonna happen? Just put down your sword to pull out a book. Real genius, that one. What if I could have broken this down with the sword? Hopefully not. Hopefully I didn't just squander an opportunity there. Freezer. Oh. It makes me think of like, isn't Frieza from Dragon Ball? Isn't his brother's name Cooler? It's like, is that really what Frieza's name was supposed to be? It was really supposed to be like Freezer, and then his brother is just obviously Cooler. Like, I can't believe they did that. Garbage yard. Man, they got a whole yard for the garbage. What a mansion. I remember this part being annoying. So let's see if I can make it not annoying. Or maybe it's going back, that's the annoying one. What's this? This icon means that Sir may fight using weapons only! Should Sir put a foot or fist wrong, the Reaper will intervene. Well, what does he care? I wouldn't want to touch these spiders with my bare hands anyway. Not even if I had bare hands. Okay, my chair broke pretty quick, so I'll just mop them up. Or sweep them up. It's not a mop, it's a broom. No, I wasn't about to just call it a sweep. What are you talking about? And I gotta kill 30 of them. There's too many of them. Does this count? Yeah. And then I broke the dump. You dump. Yes, I do dump. Occasionally. You know, in the bathroom. Hey, knock that guy out of the park. Oh, there's more. What are they doing? Oh, their weapon. Gross. You know what'd be great? A block button. That'd be awesome. Okay. Then we grab the Super Cooper. Yeah. Oh, miniature Cooper. Does that count? I guess that counts. I feel like that shouldn't count, but they put it in here. I'm using it, and it's not. I'm not losing. Honestly, I feel like I could just beat them up with my fists anyway, and make it through the door before the Reaper shows up. Oh, super weapons make your weapon invincible, so you get more uses out of it. That's pretty great, especially for this particular mission. This type. Okay, where's the last one? You're the last one! And I got extra swings on my chair. Yeah! Excuse me. I still find it weird that X and Y are not used. Like, one of them really should have been, like, block or dodge. I think that would have made this game that much better. Not that I think it's bad. Like, I've been having a good time with it. But if it had a block and or a dodge button, it'd be even better. It'd be my opinion of it would be so much higher than you know, it's fun for now. Take that, imp. Have a second one. Oh, he's dead already. Oh, I just noticed it gave me 3. I'm starting with 3. Maybe I shouldn't muck about with enemies. Or maybe I can grab this cleaver? Saw. Just avoid the spiders that are hanging from the ceiling. You know, watch for the shadows of the monsters that hang from the ceiling. Even though they're called Wall Masters, Navi. Yeah, so on break, I was thinking about controllers. And it's like, I don't know what the Xbox Series X controller is like. I hope it's just as good as the Xbox One. But I mostly just hope that because it's like, well, you know, that's the best option for if you want a controller for your PC. Just get Xbox. Which honestly, that's pretty smart of Microsoft to do it like that. You know, to have so much. Like, I'm sure there are people who think it was kind of not smart of them to make things like both available for PC and available for Xbox. I think that's pretty smart. You know, you can have your preferred way of playing between PC and Xbox. You know, if you have your really good PC, then oh wow, it probably runs Windows, and Microsoft is getting you money anyway, so you don't need an Xbox Series X. But if you find it more economic to buy an Xbox Series X instead of a really good PC, your options are still there. And if you have both, is cross-platform on both, I suppose. Oh, I'm not gonna turn to stone, but I am gonna put big CPU. Ow! Aw, man, she killed me. I survived her shock and she still killed me. Okay, let's not do that again. But I can break these? No, just once. But yeah, and then also, like, you know, obviously, Xbox being owned by Microsoft and also Windows, that they just make native support for an Xbox controller just right there. Although I think by now, like, most controllers can just connect to any PC just through Bluetooth, which is still pretty cool. And I guess my point is moot, because Xbox isn't unique in that regard. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if the Series X controller is just as comfortable. I think I've heard people say that. And my recollection of what the PS5 control, I can't ever remember what PlayStation we're up to by now. 5, I think. Yeah, its controller's pretty nice. It's my recollection. I haven't played on it in a little while, so I don't know. This last time I played on it was at my friend's house who had one. And now my sister has one, so it's like, oh, well, you know, I can borrow that whenever I want to play a PS5 game. But right now, I don't want to play a PS5 game, so I won't borrow it. Oh, not does it get... stay behind her. Get up with the plank. Just like Blade and Sorcery. Okay, there's the door. I'm going through it. Bye. And, you know, I don't know that I actually know of any controllers. I don't think there are any controllers that I actively dislike. None that I've used, anyway. Oh, look at him. He's got a little sailor outfit. Crush my chop. Or crop. I'd be getting good at pasting and... Good? I'd be getting a good pasting and no mistake. Get this monstrous beast off me back, will you, lad? Okay. What? Oh, then there's time. Let's save that for when the timer actually shows up. Because it's like, retro controllers, you know, like I think the oldest controller I've ever used was like an NES controller. And that's fine. You know, you know, you already know where you get in for with that. Look what this cowardly dog's done to Roger the cabin boy. He only had 2 days left till his retirement. Show yourselves and make shark bait out of him. You motley bunch of scumbags. Man, I'm getting tired of trying to read all these freaking accents. But yeah, you know, when you're using an NES controller, it's like, yeah, you know, it's a rectangle. You know, I'm okay with this being a rectangle because, you know, I don't have to use this rectangle anymore, but I'm using it anyway. So, you know, the comfort is like, yeah, you know, it's an old controller. I understand that it's not going to be ergonomic. They weren't thinking about that stuff back then. Yeah, get up, get up, get up. Thanks for the sword. Oh. Did he just break my sword? Okay, fine. And then SNES, you know, it's rounded, so it's more comfortable, but it's also still kind of retro. So it's like, yeah, you know, that's what happens when you go back to retro consoles. The controller becomes less comfortable, but it's mildly more comfortable because it's rounded, so it's a little nicer. Also, the thing about the NES controller is like it doesn't have shoulder buttons, so you can really just kind of hold it the way that is most comfortable. You know, you don't have to worry about. Or I reckon we taught this dog his lesson. Nothing can bring Andre back. So time for me to be off now. I'd be thinking, did I win? I forget what the grave. Oh, miniature Cooper. Oh, cool. I forget what the grave icon means. Do I just have to die? I mean, I know that's not what the icon means, but did I fail this? So now I have to die to start over and have my chance. Can I bust into this and beat up these guys? Ah, go stone! Also, he can do that, which is pretty cool. No, he's gonna get me. There we go. I guess it just meant kill all the ghoulies. And I don't even have to go through the door, so I got saved by this sequence. Ah. That way? That way. Peel my potatoes. You've certainly got some courage in you, youngin'. Thanks for helping me out. What's that you say off inside the chicken shed? Beware, lad. They ain't no normal chickens in there. But I've got something that maybe you can use on them. It's a chicken shoot. This be old Edna. Giant cloves of the most pungent and potent garlic she be shooting. Just what you be needing in there. A bit dubious looking and well used she may be, but what she be lacking in looks, she more than makes up for in performance. Take good care of her, lad. Me and Edna have had some ripe old times together. Okay. Thanks again, Mr. Fiddledee. Fiddledee. I wonder if that was supposed to be a Simpsons reference. Chicken shed. Yeah, and then as I mentioned, like I don't have that much of a problem with the original Xbox controller. Hooray! There it is, the giant egg. No Billy Hatcher in sight. Make your way over and pick it up. Them shaky chickens won't be hindering you none. Vampire chicken. Oh no. A chicken with teeth. That's the scariest thing ever. Excuse me. And you know, honestly, PlayStation controllers have been basically the exact same controller for so long that pretty much PlayStation 1 up to PlayStation... I'm trying to figure out which... I know where it stops being the exact same controller, I just don't know if what I said, like... You know, the, up to, does that mean up to the latest one that is the exact same controller, or does that mean up to the one that is not the exact same controller? Yeah, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, pretty much the exact same controller. 4, I feel like, is probably, you know, of all the controllers I've used, probably, honestly, my least favorite. Ah, it's a ghost! The chicken's on my back. Get off the back. Get off my back. And it's not, like, uncomfortable. It's just kind of... It's rounded in a way that I don't find pleasant. But, like, basically any other controller I've used is like, yeah, this is fine. I don't mind using this. You got it. I knew you'd find it easy. You know what to do. Bring it on home. Yeah. So now I go backwards. What in blazes do you think you're doing, you oaf? That's my breakfast. After him, my fine feathered fowl. Don't let him escape. By Jove, this is interesting. The door icon and counter means Sir must survive until the timer runs out. You don't even have to battle the Ghoulies, but I know Sir won't be able to resist. Well, you got me there. I won't be able to resist. But also, it's just plain a good idea. And yes, when I say no controller I've used is, like... When I say every controller I've used is like, yeah, this is fine, I am also including the Nintendo 64 controller, because, yes, I will grant that it is not smart design to have some buttons inaccessible depending on how you hold it. Like, it's not as smart as the Wii remote design, where that's... Or Joy-Cons, where those are specifically designed where you can still reach all the buttons holding it one way, but then also... But then it's also suited to holding it another way. But I don't think that makes the 64 controller a bad controller. Just because you can't reach all the buttons sometimes. It's like, you can't reach all the buttons on the computer at all times, you know, when you're using keyboard and mouse. That's why I don't like keyboard and mouse, is because I have to look down and it's like, oh, which key... You know, I want to open up my journal, which key is J? I gotta look down and hit J. Sure, if I played a lot more PC games, I'd probably have more reflexes for finding the right key right away. But, you know, point remains, you know, computer games are kind of built that way, where you can't reach every button just right away. So I don't think that makes the 64 controller a bad controller. I like what it tried to do with having it like, oh, if you hold it like this, it's like, you know, it's 2D game mode because you use the D-pad instead of the thumbstick, so it's suited to 2D games. And then when you want to play a 3D game, or something that's not side-scroller, you use the thumbstick. Like, imagine if you could play Crash Bandicoot on that, and, like, both triggers both worked as the same trigger, whatever left trigger did in Crash Bandicoot, I don't remember. And then you also have the option to either use the D-pad for your movement to be a little more precise, or the thumbstick to be more smooth. You know, I think that would be pretty cool. You know, not necessarily warranting a design where you can't always get every button sometimes. But I like what they did. Also, I think they kind of tried to make it where... Trample my turnips! That be a big un, young master. I guess you won't be needing old Edna anymore for the time being. I'll take her off your hands and give her a good wipe with me rag. I think one thing they had in mind when they designed the 64 controller is also having it to where you could have one hand on the D-pad and then one hand on the thumbstick, and play like twin stick that way. You know, more or less. But I don't think any games actually took advantage of that. Pick my plums! That be a strange occurrence and no mistake. You'd best be after him and get back that big egg of yours. He's an egg thief, it's just like Spyro. He's wearing big funny shoes. Which makes it even more insulting that he's outrunning me.